They called artillery the king of battle. Out there, some days it felt like the only friend we had. I was a forward observer with an Army infantry company in the 1st Corps, 1969. My job, walk with the grunts, find the enemy, and put high explosive on them instead of us. On paper, it was math. In reality, it was math with people screaming. We were working low hills and scrub near the DMZ. Hill 42 was just a bump on the map, but someone decided it mattered. Late afternoon, we reached a saddle below it. The lieutenant gathered us, pointed with his map. "One squad up the west slope to check the top," he said. "Rest of us in support along this rise. If it's empty, we use it. If it's not, we make it empty." He turned to me. "Stay where you can see the hill. If this goes bad, we'll need steel fast." I got on the radio to our 105 battery. "Redleg, this is 04. We're moving on Hill 42 grid." I read it off. "Be advised we may need fast missions in this box." 04, Redleg copies, they said. "Guns are laid. You call, we sling." The squad started up the slope, 10 helmets bobbing between rocks and scrub. We spread along the base watching. They were halfway up when the hill woke up. A single crack from near the crest dropped the point man. He slid and didn't move. A heartbeat later, a K's and a light MG opened from the top and both flanks. Grenades arced down. Our guys dove into whatever shallow dips they could find. "Squad pinned halfway," the platoon sergeant yelled. "Fire from crest and left." Rounds started stitching into our position too, long at first, then walking in. I hit the dirt and grabbed the handset. "Redleg 04, fire mission, over." "Send it," FDC replied. I gave them a grid just behind the crest. Enemy dug in on military crest. Friendlies halfway up west face. Danger close. Request adjust round 50 meters east of crest. High angle, quick. Shot in 30, they said. The lieutenant slid in beside me. "We really putting Artie on that hill?" he asked. "On top of it," I said. "Not on them. If I screw up, you won't have to worry about it long." He snorted. "Fair. Shot. Over. Shot out. Splash. Over. Splash out." The first round hit just beyond the crest close enough to feel it in my chest. "Add 50. Left 25. Fire for effect," I said. "Same fuse." They read it back. A few seconds later, the crest erupted, several rounds walking along the top, kicking dirt, rock, and bodies into the air. The volume of fire from the summit dropped immediately. "Shift 50 down slope, 1 volley," I added. "Same fuse." Then 2 rounds VT on this grid. West shoulder gun. Those next impacts chewed into the forward positions and that stubborn machine gun on the left. When the smoke thinned, that gun was quiet. The hill went from a loud, coordinated ambush to scattered shots. "Redleg, cease fire. Good mission," I called. My hands were shaking. "Copy 04, they replied. "You owe us beer." The lieutenant clapped my shoulder. "3rd squad, right side, get ready to move," he yelled. "Pinned squad, if you can crawl, mark your wounded and hang on. We're coming." I went up with them. The FO doesn't sit out once the rounds stop. The climb was steep and ugly. Halfway up we passed Alvarez, the point man where he'd fallen. The medic had already checked him. There was nothing left for me to do but keep moving. Near the top, we hit the first enemy position. What had been a decent fighting hole turned into a crater with gear and a body tangled in it. "Eyes open," the platoon sergeant warned. "If anyone's still breathing down there with a grenade, don't lean in to say hi." On the crest, I saw the full picture. Shallow bunkers, spider holes, ammo crates, all churned up by the barrage. One spider hole had caved in completely. A boot stuck up at a bad angle from the dirt. Downslope, the squad that had been pinned looked like they'd been through a grind or two dead. A couple wounded, the rest wired and exhausted. "Nice timing, Zero," one of them croaked. "Next time maybe call the show a little earlier." I like suspense, I said, though it came out flat. That night we dug in on Hill 42, using their positions as ours. Flares went up in the distance. Somewhere else, other guns were working for somebody else. Lying in my hole with the radio against my chest, I kept replaying the math. Grid, add, drop, left, right, danger close, echoing in my head. People later asked what it was like to call artillery. They think it's just yelling fire and watching things explode. Mostly it's numbers, tension, and the knowledge that if you're off by a little, you're the one who just killed your own. On Hill 42, we got it right. Our guys lived, most of them, and the hill was ours by nightfall. But when I close my eyes, I still see that boot sticking out of the collapsed hole. Artillery might be king. I was just the guy holding the phone to its ear, hoping I'd done the math right.